Michael Broderick wears number 2, not 17, and the programme.
Thanks, Darren. I'm here on pit side in Athenry here with Liam, who's manager of the Galway Masters. It's your first year in charge?
It is, yeah. So, yeah, a bit of a challenge, but delighted to be here in the final.
How's preparation going for the final?
It's gone well. Obviously, we're in the middle of junior championship down here, so it's just trying to organise a workload for the boys, get an odd session in when you can. But look, we've a huge squad here today, so looking forward to it now.
Have you new players in from last year? Because I know you won the B final for the last 2 years.
We have, to be honest, yeah, we've probably about 50 new additions. So, yeah, hopefully they'll give us a good boost.
Perfect. Listen, best of luck, Liam.
Thanks,
right, best of luck. Back to Darren in the studio.
Thank you very much for that, Sean. And Sean will get a reaction from the Tipperary camp in a moment. Good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and welcome here to the Gaelic Masters Association YouTube. This is the Michael Weeks Perpetual Cup Final. It's Galway against Tipperary. Tipperary going for 3 in a row. Galway, as you heard mentioned there with Liam Donoghue, their joint manager of the Galway side, hoping to add an A title to the B wins they had in 2024 and 2025. And of course, it's 20 years since they were last crowned A champions. Will it be today? Today will be the day that they are crowned the champions at A for the first time in 20 years. As you can see on your screen there, the 2 captains in the middle with the referee Jarlath Donnellan from County Clare, the Wolf Tones Club, and he'll be joined by umpires Larry Donnellan, Jude Quinn, Jerry McMahon and Jerry Burns. The Tipperary captain is Declan Fanning and the Galway captain is Fergal Healy. So we'll quickly run through the Galway team first. No changes from the side that was announced during the week. Kieran Dolan in goal, full back line of 2 Michael Broderick, 3 Paul Plower and 4 is Eamon Cleary. The half-back line were number 5, Fergal Moore, 6 is Kevin Hines, and 7 is Andy Cohen. In midfield were number 8, Brian Hartnett, partnered by number 9, Ger Farrer. The half-forward line, 10, Declan McAvoy, 11, Niall Callanan, and 12 is Joe Gantley. And the inside line, top of the right, number 13, Éanna Ryan. Full forward, number 14 is Fergal Healy, and top of the left, where number 15 is Finian Coon. That is the Galway starting team. Tipperary, the defending champions. A couple of changes from the team sent in the programme, 1 or 2 that we were aware of beforehand, and this is their starting 15. Owen Brislan is in goal for Tipperary, where number 1, a full back line of 2, Kieran Ryan, 3, Declan Fanning, and 4 is Matthew Stapleton, though we believe Matthew Stapleton will start in the full forward line. The half back line were number 5, Cathal Gleeson, 21 is Derek Horan coming in to the team instead of Paul Kern, and 7 is Tommy Collins. In midfield were number 8, Shane McGrath, partnered by number 9, Ori Quirk. The half forward line, 10, John Hassett, 11, Niall Kern, and 12, David Young. And the inside line, top of the right, number 13, Shane Stapleton. Number 24 is Graham Gorey. He comes in instead of number 14, but we believe that Graham Gorey will drop back to cornerback. And number 17, Lar Corbett, you might have heard of him. He comes into the team instead of number 15. That is the Tipperary side. Of course, as we mentioned, they are going for 3 titles in a row and also looking for their 9th ever All-Ireland Masters Hurling Championship after wins back in 1992, 94, 1996, 2000, 2001, 2003, and then 2024 and 2025. They have never done 3 in a row. Will today be the day that they do the 3 in a row? With the coin toss there, looks like Tipperary will be attacking the goal to the right in the first half. Conditions absolutely superb in Kenny Park in Athenry. There is a strong breeze there. It was going more direct in our opening game if you're working with us. And that was the Challenge Cup final won by Cork. They beat Limerick by 20 points to 112. But will it be Tipperary or will it be Galway? That'll be the All-Ireland Masters Hurling Champions for 2026. They have already met this year in the championship, indeed in round 1. Tipperary winning on that occasion 217 to 214. But as Galway, as you heard from the Galway camp, a lot of new names in the Galway team and a lot of well-known names representing both sides, and there's former inter-county stars for both teams, former all-stars in both teams, All-Ireland winners as well. Tipperary have a few of them. Lar Corbett, of course, the name that stands out, but you've Declan Fanning, you've Shane Stapleton there as well, and 1 or 2 other names on the bench that will be seen over the course of the contest. So we're all nearly ready to go here in Kenny Park in Athenry. The 3 o'clock throw-in, we are going to have a minute's silence before a Ron Levine for the father of Tipperary player Mike McCarthy, and our thoughts and prayers are with Mike McCarthy and his family at this very, very sad time as well. Club championship action taking place there as referenced in the pre-match interview. It affects both teams. We're getting ready here to go, and we'll be ready very, very shortly for the start of this game. The referee just having a word with the officials here today to make sure everything works itself out. A good support coming in, and a lot around us here in the commentary box taking advantage of the good weather. And we'll all be ready to go very, very shortly. Tipperary still doing their warm-up. Galway are in a huddle, having their final chats before this contest. Galway, of course, the only one defeat they suffered was to Tipperary in round one. They have added on victories since, 4 wins out of 5 to put them in this position where they hope that they will bridge a 20-year gap to be crowned All-Ireland Masters Hurling champions. Tipperary now getting in their huddle as well. They have really put it up to all the counties in Masters Hurling, and they've challenged 1 or 2 that haven't competed in the Masters circuit just yet. Now, Corbett recently putting it out there to the Kilkennys, the Clares and the Waterfords of the world. Do you want to get involved? Galway have answered the challenge. The question is, can they get the job done today now and win the title? So everybody getting themselves in position. And we'll be ready to get things up and running in a few minutes' time. A few more pre-match preliminaries to do before we get up and running. The Tipperary substitutes going to the line. But now they're going to be called back in for the minute silence. The referee out in the middle there having a chat with Shane McGrath. He's in the yellow helmet. And again, as we mentioned, we're going to have a minute silence first. Memory of the father of Mike McCarthy.
We will now have the minute silence for the father of Mick McCarthy of Galway.
So we'll have the minute silence now before Ron of in. Yeshir and Musil may rest in peace. So now we do believe we were going to have a Ron Levine. We're all ready to go here now. Galway against Tipperary in the All-Ireland Masters Hurling Final for 2026. Can Tipperary maintain their position as the premier county in Masters Hurling, or will this be Galway's day? 6 days after the county went down to Limerick in the All-Ireland Senior Hurling Final in Croke Park. Everybody get themselves ready to go. Again, if you're only just joining us here on the broadcast, there is a mix of substitutions rolling on and off the field of play over the course of the contest, and we'll keep you updated with them as best we can between now and the full-time whistle. If they're level after 60 minutes, we'll have 2 5-minute periods of extra time, and then it'll go to golden score if we still do not know who our All-Ireland champions are. So Galway against Tipperary. The referee, Jarlath Donnellan from County Clare, throws the ball in. The game is on. It's Galway against Tipperary, and it's won by Shane McGrath for the Tipperary first for the Munster side, sending it down towards the attack, looking for an early score to get themselves on top of the game. Lar Corbett in the inside line. Thought he would have been a free, but not to be for him, and it's going to be a free out for Galway. And close defending in the early stages of this game. So the goalkeeper for Galway is Kieran Dolan from Sarsfields, county championship winner with his club back in 2015. Also works in the club executive, sends a long ball down the field. Again, the breeze will favour Galway in the first half, but it wasn't a major factor in the opening game here today. We'll see it will be in this contest as the turn by Niall Callanan from the Cropwell club, cut out by Tipperary, and it's going to be cleared by their fullback Declan Fanning, the captain. Down the field, a bit of tennis in the early stages of the game. This is Kevin Hines. He's played in All-Ireland finals in Croke Park. Long ball down the field, there'll be a good score if he gets in, and Kevin Hines puts the ball over the bar. The opening score of the game in the opening minute of the contest, and it's Galway 1 point, Tipperary no score. So the goalkeeper for Tipperary is Owen Brislan, and he actually is managing the Turlockmore club in Galway this year. Fergal Moore and the opposing team is playing in this game for Galway. Kieran Ryan sends it out the field towards the middle of the park, and it's going to go out over the line right in front of us here into the commentary box. There'll be an opportunity for Galway to go again, and as the challengers, they'll want a good start to this game. Declan McAvoy from Mealich Aircourt inside his own 65-metre line. Plays it down the field, it's intercepted in that occasion by the Tipperary number 5, Cathal Gleeson, but it's back with Declan McAvoy. Declan McAvoy across the field, down towards the attack, down towards the full forward, Ger Farrer wearing number 9, still playing senior hurling with Castlegar. Ger Farrer with the shot, had his time to look up at the post, and he puts the ball over the bar. 2 minutes gone, 2 scores for Galway, and it's Galway 2 points, Tipperary no score. Out the field again now, and it's won on this occasion by David Young for Tipperary. Gives the pass out towards John Hassett from the Moyne Tipple Tui club, trying to get away from Joe Gantley. Finds a teammate in Tipperary moving up the field. Ori Quirk, a dangerous player and shooting if on form. He might have a pop at the post here. He will have a pop at the post. Ori Quirk, and that one goes to the right and wide, first wide of the game for Tipperary. Galway moving the ball down the far side of the field. And again, it'll be a lot of end-to-end stuff. The top 2 teams in the country this year. One by Graham Gorey, as we mentioned, he'll be playing the full-back line for Tipperary. They're bringing up towards the 65-metre line. Tipperary just looking for the first score of the game. The high challenge there. Might be a card at this occasion. Brian Harton just going back in and checking on his opponent. Just caught him. Very strong breeze here, but exactly what way it's favoured anybody, hard to tell. So we're going to have the first hold-up in play, just over 3 minutes gone in the All-Ireland Masters hurling final. Galway lead Tipperary by 2 points to 0. Kevin Hines and Ger Farrer, names that Galway hurling supporters would know from their deeds back in the day in senior and even their exploits at club level. Thankfully everyone's okay and good to go. Player on the ground here was John Hassett in the green helmet for Tipperary. Intermediate football championship winner with his club back in 2017. It's Owen Brislan to take the free for Tipperary. He'll be getting used to Kenny Park over the year, and he puts that over the bar. And Tipperary get their opening score of the game. 1 point to Tipperary. 2 to Galway. Kevin Hines takes the short puck out. Going to drive it in towards the attack. That might travel a bit. Oh, it's gone out. Did he get a touch? I think he got a touch off the goalkeeper, but that long effort from Kevin Hines, and you can see he was using the wind exactly the way the wind is meant to be used. And that could well have been something major for Galway. Goalkeeper just did enough to get the touch to put it out for a 65. Ger Farrer, no doubt, will come out to take this. That's him with the yellow helmet, right in your screen. Played in 3 All-Ireland minor hurling finals for Galway. 2 wins. Lost the third day. Ger Farrer takes the 65, puts it over the bar. And Galway go back 2 in front, 3 points to 1. Play restarts. Out towards the middle of the park. Galway looking up for this in the early stages. Declan McAvoy sending it across in towards the centre. Was looking for Joe Gantley. Brian Hartnett has the ball. That might just turn in for him. And Galway have the ball in the goal. Now can they make it count is the question. Chance for a snapshot there. Good defending. Finian Coon, who got 2 goals against Limerick. Nearly got to strike a goal, but Tipperary keeping very, very tight. Declan Fanning be pushed back. Gives it back to Owen Breslin. And Owen Breslin sends the ball out the field. Referee says a push as the ball came in. And he called the guilty party for Galway. Be a free for Tipperary. And already an intriguing battle there on that far side of the field. Tipperary will have another free. The goalkeeper will come out to take it. So yes, as you can see there, Owen Breslin represented Tipperary and Meath in senior hurling. He's going to take this free the 6th minute of the game. Great to have the sun out here. The fear of rain earlier on hasn't materialised. And Owen Breslin with the shot, and it's gone over the bar. Back to a 1-point ball game. The Tipperary goalkeeper stepping up twice. Hit long range freeze. It's Tipperary 2 points, Galway 3. Owen Breslin with the scores. Tipperary had the score from play. Galway trying to reply like they did to the first score by getting another one. Aina Ryan. Who did the Meriton de Sable in memory of his uncle Daly. He's also represented Galway. He's won that free. And Ger Farragher will take this. And you'd assume this will go over the bar. High scoring in the early stages. So Ger Farragher outside the 40-metre arc. We fancy this. The umpires fancy it too. It's gone over the bar. And Galway go back 2 points in front. Galway 4 points. Tipperary 2. Now we'll restart the action. Tipperary trying to work out their matchups in defence. Out over the line, the far side of the field. Or we start with Andy Cohen as captain of his club Gort to County Silverware. Galway are going making a change. George Hanley from Carranmore is coming on the field to play. And a blow for Galway, an injury in the early stages. We'll tell you more about that in a moment because we're going to watch the attack here first. Aina Ryan, back to the sub, George Hanley. Can he get off the mark with his first attempt? Not to be, first wide for Galway. That's Joe Gantley, the player that's had to go off. A blow for the tribesmen. Referee wants to wait until Galway are back down to 15 players. So Breslin with the ball, out the field. Tried to find Shane Stapleton, not to be, it's won by Niall Callanan. Niall Callanan sends it down in towards the attack. Ger Farragher with a kick along the ground. Getting into a bit of space here. Looking for a chance at the posts. And that has come in. They're not too sure, the umpires. And we might have a consultation here. Ger Farragher's convinced it's gone over, but they've given a wide. So it officially goes down with the second wide up the game for Galway. And Owen Breslin from Tumafara back in, but he's only giving it back to Declan McAvoy. And no doubts about that over the bar. And Galway get their 5th score of the game. 5 points to 2. Tipperary will be disappointed with themselves giving away that score. They'll want to keep the score down in the first half. That'll be their target. Bit of a longer drive on this occasion. Touched there by Shane Stapleton. Brian Hartnett with possession. Sent it out towards the right to Fergal Healy. Fergal Healy will go for a shot at the post here for Galway. That looks like it's going to float over the bar. It does float over the bar. 10 minutes into the game, and Fergal Healy gets the score, and it's 6 points to 2 to Galway. And Galway are making a count on the scoreboard in the early stages. Tipperary won't panic. But they've given away another puck out, and another chance for the hosts here in Athenry. See what they can do. Galway, the Challenge Cup winners in the last 2 years. They beat Limerick by 1 point in 2025. Ger Farragher might be tempted to go for this. The breeze is swirling a little bit. No, he tries to send it down the right direction of Brian Harton, who's been busy in the early stages. Finney and Kuhn did enough to keep the ball in Galway's control. But it's Tipperary that win the break, and they'll bring it out the field again. Great support here from both counties. This is an All-Ireland final. And Declan Fanning sends the ball out the field, but only as far as Niall Callanan. Niall Callanan's going to send it towards the post. Is it accurate is the question? The umpires say yes, it is. And Tipperary, at least 3 of the Galway scores they've given away cheaply. And it's 7 points to 2 to Galway. So Galway making the perfect start to this game. Owen Bresnan, the goalkeeper for Tipperary, restarts the action. Sends it down the field. Pass out towards Michael Broderick, where number 2, Declan McAvoy, but Michael Broderick might finish this off. He was man of the match in their game against Cork. In towards the attack. Tipperary take possession. Yellow helmet is Shea McGrath. Back to Declan Fanning. Declan Fanning with a crossfield ball. This is good by Tipperary. Niall Curran. With Silver Mines, former of Mullinahone. Everybody's missing it. Tipperary players were missing it. And it's won by Paul Plower for Galway. Out to Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen. The bounce of the ball misjudged, but it might work out for Fergal Healy. Fergal Healy sending it in towards Ger Farrer. Ger Farrer will go for a shot at the posts. He's on form at the moment, Ger Farrer. He puts the ball over the bar. Another point for Galway. 8 points to 2. And I think we're going to have a change, another Galway change. And it's Niall Healy. That'll be coming on for them. And hurling supporters might remember Niall Healy scored a hat-trick for Galway against Kilkenny in the All-Ireland Senior Hurling Semi-Final in 2025. But he's not coming on just yet. A high challenge there, 2 players tangled. David Young for Tipperary. He's won the freeze as the official. Fergal Moore, the Galway number 5. And now we're actually having a Tipperary change. It's Pat Short. That's a name. That will come on for them. And will it be a direct change for David Young, who picked up the injury? David Young has represented Tipperary and Kildare in hurling. Looks like he'll be getting the breather for a few minutes. So there's a chance for Tipperary now to get what will be their first score in 7 minutes. You could see the last 5 unanswered. And it's taken by the substitute. And Pat Short puts the ball over the bar in the 14th minute. And it's 3 points for Tipperary, 8 for Galway. Eamon Cleary down the left. 2 Tipperary players went in for the ball, none of them got the ball, but it carries out over the line. Third wide of the game for Galway. So Bresnan will get us up and running again. Again, to let you know, there'll be unlimited substitutions. A baton is handed there for an injury, where the players trade when they make a change. Now the Curran got a touch there, but it's won by Michael Broderick for Galway. Sends it across the field. But first here will be Graham Gorey from Loxgagouna. Looking for support. Has the support from Derek Horan, wearing 21. Michael Broderick cuts out that Tipperary attack as they try and get the ball down towards Lara Corbett and co. Galway have possession. Fergal Moore. They know they need to build this tally up in the first half. This is a shot from Éanna Ryan. And Éanna Ryan puts the ball over the bar for Galway. Quick move in there, and you heard good, well done Rhino in the background. Good ball by Fergal Moore as well, and Galway lead by 9 points to 3. David McDonough from Turlockmore will also enter the field to play shortly. Galway have built up a 6-point lead as we reach the end of the opening quarter of this game. Tipperary have possession. Lara Corbett has the opportunity, goes for the shot, and he puts it over the bar. quick as you like. First touch for him, and a point for Tipperary. 4 points for Tipperary, 9 for Galway. That's what Tipperary, their management team, led by Ger Redser O'Grady. He's out injured for this game, that's why he can't play. Andy Cohn. Andy Cohn will go for the shot at the post, not to be for him. Galway trying a few shots from distance. So Breslan trying to work out the challenges, but Tipperary just not getting their puckouts right at the moment. And this is Fergal Moore, both wing backs for Galway red helmets. Fergal Moore making history, captaining Galway to their first ever Leinster Senior Hurling Championship back in 2012. Touched out. Shane Stapleton has come back to help out the defence. Gives it to Declan Fanning. Tipperary sinking the bypass the Galway half back line. Low ball in towards the attack. Just breaks away and it's won by Galway. High challenge there. Kevin Hines keeps going. Finds a teammate. We're going back for the foul. So I think Brian Harton might be taking this for Galway from the Castlegar club. The referee just making sure he's back to where he's meant to be. We'll leave him for Jarlath Farrer actually. Jarlath Farrer on target regularly in this game so far. He's gotten 4 points in the game. Can he get Galway to double digits? It's high, it's high. Is it accurate? The umpire moves in closer to the post, but not to be. The fifth wide of the game for Galway, 18 minutes gone. Remains Galway 9 points, Tipperary 4. Breslan with a long ball down the field. Hoping this might work out better for them. John Hassett was there. Tipperary hold on to possession. Number 9 for them is Ori Quirk from Silver Mines. Down towards Lark Corbett. Lark Corbett has got the yard or two that he wanted to go for the shot. And that doesn't hit the target. Out to the right and wide. Kieran Dolan. Very fast-paced game. Declan Fanning. Loads of experience on the field. Shane McGrath. Across the field towards Niall Curran, where number 11 tries to get it underneath the legs of Eamon Cleary. Not to be for him. It still works out. Matthew Stapleton gives it back to John Hassett, and John Hassett will go for a shot at the post, and John Hassett puts the ball over the bar in the 19th minute. Good score by Tipperary as we have more changes taking place. Niall Healy is now in the field to play for Galway, wearing number 17 going into the attack. Kieran Dolan being told to wait till we start the action. And he drives a long ball down the field. Finian Kuhn is the man that's midway in this occasion. Gets away from a bunch of maroon jerseys, but it might work out here just yet for Niall Healy, who's in with a chance to shot a goal! A goal for Galway, and just on the field of play, Niall Healy, the break worked kindly. Looked like Galway had missed it, but he went in behind the defenders and puts the ball to the back of the net. We already told you about his goal threat. He gets a goal for Galway, and it's Galway 1-9, Tipperary 5 points. How can Tipperary respond to this? They're going for 3 in a row in the All-Ireland Masters hurling, but it's Galway with a 7-point advantage and have the goal. Fergal Moore sends the ball down towards the attack. That just skims away. I think he got a touch of the Tipperary player, so it's going to be a Galway ball. And Niall Healy. Leaves it for Ger Farrer. Very acute angle if he's going to go direct with this. Tipperary need to be careful that they leave no gaps. You can hear the wind in the background here. But it's very swirling, though. It does favour Galway. Ger Farrell goes for the shot, not to be for him. Goes across the goal to the right and wide. 7 between them. 10 minutes to go to half time. The All-Ireland Masters Hurling Final of 2026. Bresnan, he starts the action. Long ball down. Breaks kindly for Shane Stapleton. Shane Stapleton trying to send it into space. The ball won't travel. You can see the way the wind held it up. Fergal Moore happy enough to let that ball go out over the line. And the Turlock Moore man will restart the action for his team. Good contact with that. Working to work out. Tipperary batted down, but only as far as Ger Farrer. First touch let him down. Shane McGrath chasing him with Ger Farrer. Sends it out towards the left. The advance in Declan McAvoy, if he can keep that in play. I suppose the best compliment we can give Kenny Park here in Athenry is it's so well laid out that even the ball races across it. Shane Stapleton was wearing 13 for Tipperary. Leaves it for the teammate, but Ori Quirk. And Ori Quirk will send it down towards the attack. Open to Matthew Stapleton will be the man to make this work. Matthew Stapleton to Lar Corbett. Lar Corbett's got a hat-trick in the All-Ireland final in 2010 for Tipperary against Kilkenny. Number 30 is Pat Short. And Pat Short puts the ball over the bar. Another score for Tipperary. It's 6 points for them. 1-9 for Galway. Andy Cole. Not him, but it's one by Kieran Ryan. Declan Fanning. Down the field, Declan Fanning. Doesn't work out for him. Eamon Cleary. Passes it back to his Sarsfield's clubmate, Kieran Dolan. Kieran Dolan sends a long drive. Look how far he gets the ball down there as well. Niall Healy was running in behind the line. Tipperary needed the touch. They got it. Declan Fanning gives it to Shea McGrath. Shea McGrath up the field. Gets away from the stick of Niall Kern. Eamon Cleary. In towards the middle to Brian Hartnett. He's playing like the box-to-box cover between defence and attack. Andy Cohn out the far side. This is good by Galway. Aidan Ryan's back in the field of play. And he puts it over the bar. 23 minutes gone. And it's 1-10 to Galway. 6 points to Tipperary. So as you can see, players will be coming on and off the whole time in this match. As Tipperary restart the action out towards the middle of the park, towards Ori Quirk. But Declan McAvoy wins the ball for Galway. Fergal Healy. Fergal Healy sends a nice ball down. That's a great interception by Shea McGrath. Towards the attack to Niall Kern. Niall Kern, the pass out to the right to John Hassett. John Hassett, low inside there, this might be work out. And the ball just gets away from Lar Corbett. He did everything right, but the ball just beat him in the race. Kieran Dolan takes possession, sends it out right in front of us here in the commentary box to Niall Callanan. And Niall Callanan takes his time to look up for an option. Will it be the right option? Declan Fanning again, that little touch. Comes from experience. Of course, all these players are experienced, whether it's with club or county. Shea McGrath inside his own 65-metre line. In towards the attack, and a bit of a mix-up there, Tommy Collins. It's what Ballina just misses out Nat. Fergal Healy back in defence, looking for the brother Niall down in the attack. Tipperary's defence are playing much better now, but they're under pressure the whole time. Niall Healy has the pass, gives it to Ger Farrer, and Ger Farrer will try and float this over. It's going to be close. The umpires will make the call, and the say goes out to the right and wide, 7 wide of the game as more changes are being made. This time for Tipperary, I think they brought 2 players on that occasion. Ronan O'Brien wears number 20, and Tommy Connors, number 15. Matthew Stapleton and Niall Kern, the 2 players to make way. So 7 between them. Puck out lands to Andy Cohn. We're number 7 for Galway, but it's intercepted by Shane Stapleton. The Tipperary man keeps the ball in play down the left, or no, he didn't. Goes out over the line. So it's going to be a Galway ball. Andy Cohn will be the man to restart the action. mentioned he captained Gort to a county title in 2011. He's the Gort club manager this year. Also does some punditry in the local radio station Galway FM. Was commentating in last week's All-Ireland Senior Hurling Final in Croke Park. Good ball down and great first touch by Niall Healy. Should be able to make this count, but he might want more. Decides to go for the point. He puts the ball over the bar. 26 minutes gone. And it's 111 to 6 points to Galway. And now Galway are going to bring on David McDonough. And taking the breather, it looks like it'll be Fergal Healy. Galway 8 points in front, 111 to 6 points. Tipperary find a bit of space. Shea McGrath down towards the attack. As the rules of Masters Hurling, you have to be turning 40 this year at least. Born in 1986 or beforehand. Galway have won the free. Andy Cole is going to take this. Running onto it is Éanna Ryan, but he doesn't get his hands in it. Won by Graham Gorey for Tipperary. They'll try and bring the ball up the field. Declan Fanning directing the traffic. Tommy Collins. Ran into a cul-de-sac there. He's giving the ball away. Declan McAvoy sent it in towards the attack. The first touch let down Niall Healy. He might get something out of it yet. Looking for support. And Galway just got a bit lackadaisical there with that attack. The first touch was let down Niall Healy. Tipperary responded well. Tommy Collins making amends. Leslie Carl Gleeson and Shea McGrath sending it down towards the attack. The white boots of Ronan O'Brien. Galway in a bit of bother here, but Kevin Hines is back to mop this up. Niall Callanan will lift the ball up. And that's going to go out over the line as Tipperary make a change. 8 wide of the game for Galway. Tipperary bringing on Stephen Lillis. He's wearing number 27. A few dark clouds in the horizon here in Kenny Park. Athenry, hopefully they'll stay away till the end of the game. First half, the Galway have been the better team. Shown in the scoreboard. Both managements making use of their substitutions. Tipperary on the attack again. They should have done better with that. Good block it was by Andy Cohn. Tipperary with the back, Pat Short to Ari Quirk. This is good. Into the hands now of Shane Stapleton. Shane Stapleton gives it back to Ronan O'Brien. Ronan O'Brien will go for the shot on the post. They worked out well to Tipperary and they get the reward. A point for Tipperary. 7th of the game. It's now Tipperary 7 points. Galway 111. Kieran Dolan. Brian Hartnett. Out the far side of the field. See both players. Andy Cohn has lost his hurl, but continues the race with John Hassett. Supporters arrive for Galway. Now what can they do with this? A shot in the post, acknowledged straight away. It's gone over the bar. Another point for Galway. And it's Éanna Ryan with another for himself. 112 to 7 points. Again, as we say, that wind is favouring Galway in the first half, but it wasn't a major factor. Indeed, the teams against the wind did better in the scoring in the first half. Andy Cohn along the ground to Éanna Ryan. Tipperary intercept. The free out of the 45-metre line. Home Breslan, the goalkeeper, will come up. He's got 2 from long-range frees already. Former student of St. Joseph's in Barcelona. Short free by Declan Fanning back to the goalkeeper to allow him to go and seeking to get one from play. Scramble in the box there. Larry Corbett goes to ground. Galway with possession. Fergal Moore was the man. He gave it to Niall Callanan. And Niall Callanan down the left-hand side of the field towards Ger Farragher. They'd be disappointed with that. As they were right up along the dugouts, and you might hear a bit of a colourful language every now and again. It's Tipperary to restart the action. 30 minutes have been played in the first half. We'll be heading down pitch side to Sean Horgan at half time. Shane McGrath with the ball. The 45-yard line. Can Tipperary get a score or two before the break? Good control here by John Hassett, has come over to the side of the field. Andy Cohen has followed him. Ari Quark. Again, just couldn't hold it in the pressure applied by Galway straight away. Niall Callanan. Tipperary cut it out again. Shane McGrath. That's a good ball. That's a good ball if it can work itself out. Ronan O'Brien, he's got one already. Actually, on that occasion, that was Pat Short. But he's won the free. And we're going to have a hold up and play. Looks like the Tipperary number 30 from Upperchurch Drumban has received a knock. Will Tipperary decide to make a change and give him a breather? Oh, they let him take the free. He's on his feet anyway. So again, a shout out to everybody watching us in the Gaelic Masters Association YouTube. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. No doubt you are if you're a Galway supporter. Galway leading Tipperary by 112 to 7 points. But Tipperary will have the wind in the second half. It was a close game between them in the group stages. So we're going to have a free in. Nearly 2 minutes of the added time played in the first half. No board goes up here. So we watch Pat Short at the far side of the field. Can he reduce the deficit back to 7 points? With the free for Tipperary, it's gone wide. Third wide of the game for Tipperary, but the referee has blown the half-time whistle. And Galway in control. They lead Tipperary by 112 to 7 points. The goal coming from Niall Healy on 19 minutes, the crucial score of this game that has given them the advantage as the teams go in at half time. We'll be heading down pitch side to Sean in a moment. Galway getting off to a great start with 2 scores from Kevin Hines and from Ger Farrer. It was tit for tat the scoring in the early stages, 4 points to 2 after 7 minutes, but then 4 scores in a row from Galway. Declan McAvoy, Fergal Healy, Niall Callanan and Ger Farrer all on target. Has put 6 points between the teams, but it's Niall Healy's goal that has given the advantage to Galway. Tipperary have got a few scores in the final quarter of the game. They only got 3 in the opening quarter. They got 4. They'll feel they're very much in the match. 8 points between the teams. Galway on top of the contest. 112 to Galway, 7 points to Tipperary. They're hoping to end their own 20 minutes of hurt. And Tipperary go in for a huddle. I'm not too sure if the Tipperary players went in or not. No, they didn't. But anyway, with that being said, we'll tell you more about that in a moment. Let's head back down to pitch side now and Sean Horgan.
Hi, I'm here pitch side with John Pat, chairman of the Gaelic Masters. John Pat, busy year for you. We're coming to the end of the hurling.
Yeah, it's been a very busy year. We've seen an uptake in the hurling this year, and like looking at the standard of the previous final and this final bodes well for hurling going forward.
Is there possibilities of additional teams coming into hurling? I know it's only in its 3rd year.
Yeah, we have 1 or 2 inquiries for next year, so it's positive. We have London in this year, which is great. It's a big challenge for London to be involved, but it's actually great for the competition because the lads over here like a weekend away in London.
When the Gaelic Masters started all those years ago, would you envisaged where you've been now with 26 football counties, 7 hurling?
Probably not, even though at the time we tried to bring hurling with us at the very beginning when we set up the Gaelic Masters, and it just didn't happen at that time. So we're absolutely delighted that we have hurling on board now. We have the Michael Weeks Cup here today, and Michael Weeks himself is here, a great passionate Limerick man, and it's great to have him here fine and well today.
So going forward, what are the plans for the Masters going forward?
Well, later on in the year we're hoping to have them to provincial for the ladies, and we're also looking at the prospects of maybe in over 50s. We are in the early stages of that yet, but we're looking at it because there's a lot of lads who are still playing, who enjoy playing, and may not be getting just as much football as they'd like, and it may be an opportunity if the numbers stack up.
Just going around the country to matches for the Gaelic Masters, the goodwill that the Gaelic Masters has from all counties, all clubs, all people give us pitches and all referees.
Yeah, look at the queue to host our finals, and I'd like to compliment and thank the Galway County Board here, the hurling board especially in here in Athenry, for the use of the facilities, fabulous facilities, all their stewards and their help today, and likewise that replicates around the country in all the clubs we go to.
The idea of rotating the hurling final seems to be a winner, because looking at the size of the crowd here, again a huge crowd in Wexford last year.
Yeah, the previous year to Wexford we've been in Tipperary, as you say, Sean, we're in Wexford, and now we're in Galway. So definitely it's something we looked at the beginning as a means of promoting it by moving it around, and yeah, definitely an appetite for it, and I'd say we'll probably continue.
I'd say live streaming seems to be a winner as well for the Masters.
Yes, we have Brendan up there and looking down at us, and Brendan and the boys are doing a great job. Live streaming. It's free to air. Everybody is involved. Everybody looks in and enjoys it.
Thanks, John Pat. I'll just send you back to Darren there in the studio.
Thank you very much there to Sean and to John Pat as well, and the pleasure is absolutely ours being here as well, and we're delighted to be bringing the coverage of the All-Ireland Masters hurling final to you here in Kenny Park in Athenry, where Galway are leading Tipperary by 112 to 7 points. We'll just quickly run through the scores for Galway in the first half. Jarlath getting 4 points for Dim, 2 from play, 165, 1 of free, 1-1 for Niall Healy after his introduction, 3 points for Aina Ryan. We've also had Kevin Hines, Declan McAvoy, Fergal Healy and Niall Callanan on target for the tribesmen. And for Tipperary, the defending champions, not out of the game by any stretch of the imagination. 2 frees for their goalkeeper Owen Breslan, also 2 points for John Hassett, and there's been scores for Pat Short, for Lar Corbett and for Ronan O'Brien. They are the Tipperary scores there as well. And just as you heard the lads mention there, Michael Weeks, we are playing for the Michael Weeks Perpetual Cup, and the phrase true Gael has been the way that his colleagues, his friends have described Mike Weeks and what he's put in to Masters hurling, and has made sure the organisation is up and running and doing very well. We'll tell you more about that in a second. Let's head back down to Sean.
Hi, I'm here with Ben, who's chairman of the Gaelic Masters Galway hurling team and also selector. Your thoughts on the first half, Ben?
Yeah, look, it was a tough first half. We've had a couple of nasty injuries. Fergal Healy coming off, Joe Gantley coming off. Obviously, big players to lose. We have a deep bench. Hopefully, we can kick on. 112 to 7 points. Is it enough with this wind? I think it's turning a little bit. Hopefully, it'll turn in our favour.
I see the wind definitely has picked up from the first game.
Yeah, it has definitely picked up from the first game. Look, it's telling. There's a swirling wind here in Kenny Park every time you play down here. So, look, hopefully our boys will be used to it and they can just kick on.
It seems to be a big step up in Galway this year from last year when you were involved as manager for the last 2 years.
To be fair, we made a conscious decision on the board here in Galway to bring in Liam. Look, bringing in a man of that calibre brings in a lot of players with him, that he played with through the years with Galway. He's brought a great squad together. We still have the same squad as we had last year, plus the add-ons. So it's great to see the boys out there. We're 47 lads togged. It's great to see it.
That's huge numbers. And talking in numbers, bringing the game, the finals to Galway here in Kenny Park. Huge crowd here, huge Galway crowd here.
Yeah, I turned around there in the first half and I didn't realise that there was about 200 or 300 people standing behind me. It's great to see it. Galway, we always get out and support. Limerick, Cork, Tipperary. We love our hurling. That's what it's all about.
And the Masters, you're 3 years in with the Masters now. Your thoughts on the Masters?
Masters is fantastic. I just did an interview there. I do my own socials. I did an interview with Joe Gantley with his son in his hands. The man's after playing 10-15 minutes coming off with a hamstring injury, but it's still all about the family. It's about the kids being here to see dad playing in a county jersey. I mean, these boys, yeah, they're over 40. But they're still hurling for the county. It's an amazing opportunity, and we thank John Pat, Magella and yourself for every opportunity you've given these boys.
It's a fabulous setup here in Kenny Park.
Yeah, Kenny Park is fabulous. It's the home of hurling here in Galway. Even if you talk to the county boys or the senior clubs, most of them will say they prefer to play here than any other stadium.
That's great, Ben. Best luck in the second half. All right, thanks. Back to you there, Darren.
Thank you very much for that, Sean. It is a pleasure to be here as Tipperary getting themselves ready for the second half. No sign of Galway just yet. That was Ben Mangan there and Joe Gantley. I can remember watching Joe Gantley playing for his club when he was only 15 years of age. And that's how long we're at this crack here now. Myself, Brendan and Adrian. Adrian might be a bit younger. We'll see about that. But anyway, we're here live on the Gaelic Masters Association YouTube. This is the All-Ireland Masters hurling final for 2026. And Galway are leading by 8 points at the break. 112 1-12 to 7 points. And Tipperary are back in position. Young children and older children out in the field of play there, having a puck around. That's what it's all about. We're telling you about Michael Weeks just beforehand there as well. He played until he was 47. He was a selector with the Limerick minor hurling team that won the All-Ireland back in 1984. Senior selector when Limerick won the league in 92. Chairman of Bruff Club, and the trophy here dedicated in his honour, and absolutely delighted there as well. So Tipperary ready to go for the second half. We'll let you know if there's any changes in personnel. Galway went into the dressing room at half time, and the advantage there for themselves, and no doubt Liam Donoghue, of course, is the twin brother of the Galway senior hurling manager Micheál Donoghue, so will he have bragging rights in the home house? We'll find out. Looking around there, Tipperary haven't spotted any new names just at the moment, and it's what we'll be checking out, of course, for the man of the match at the end of the game as well. We'll be talking to Sean again down pitch side at the end of this contest. So Tipperary just having a few meetings, huddles. They're ready to go here as well. The Galway substitutes are warming up there, or doing a book around. No doubt some of them will be in action at some stage. We're just waiting. The referee, I haven't actually seen the referee. Is he back in the field of play at the moment? The rain looks like it's going to come, and whether that's an advantage for Galway or for Tipperary with the wind, it'll be interesting to see. Could take the sting out of that, and Tipperary won't like that. They're determined to get on with it very, very quickly. They have the experience to Tipperary. 8 times champions, looking for a 9th, looking for our first ever 3 in a row. And that's what they'll hope to achieve between now and then. As John Pat Sheridan was mentioning there earlier on when he's talking to Sean Horgan, London involved in the Masters this year. They'll be doing football for a while too, and many great names have represented their counties over in London for the weekend. Marty Morrissey would come to mind, playing with the Clare footballers back in 2019. And Galway are getting ready to come back in the field of play for the second half of this game. So, is the 8-point advantage that Galway have built up in the first half sufficient to see them crowned All-Ireland Masters hurling champions for the first time in 20 years? Or is there a bite, a fight in Tipperary to turn this around? We will find out. That breeze is strong. The clouds are coming in. I'm just looking at the flags to the right of your screen there here, and they're indicating they're still going left, might be turning a bit, as Ben Mangan mentioned. Referee there, Jarlath Donnellan, back there too. His umpires getting in position. And we get ready for the second half of the All-Ireland Masters hurling final. Galway 1-12, Tipperary 7 points. Both these teams have camogie sides playing All-Ireland semi-finals today in Thurles. Galway will be up against Kilkenny and that. Tipperary will be taking on Cork. So whatever county you cheer on, make sure you get behind your camogie teams as well. But this is about the Masters and about All-Ireland silverware. Galway and Tipperary had a great rivalry on the senior circuit, especially back in the late 80s. The ball is thrown in by the official from Clare, Jarlath Donnellan. The second half is underway. And can Tipperary get the start that they want? I think the referee's going to do this again. So we're up and running with the second half. And it's Galway who take possession straight away through Niall Callan. Down towards the attack, looking for Ger Farrer. Tipperary win the ball back. Declan Fanning. Right there now, Andy Cohn will get a touch on this. Sends it across to Declan McAvoy. Declan McAvoy to Niall Callan, and no, it didn't come for him. And it's intercepted by Tipperary. Ronan O'Brien, wearing number 20, in towards the attack. And there's a player on there for Tipperary. You might recognise him, number 33, Owen Kelly. But the referee, it's always signalled wide, but I think it's going to be a Tipperary free. So another Tipperary hurling legend on the field of play. And a chance for them to get their first score of the second half. So Pat Short to take this free for Tipperary, puts the ball over the bar. 1 minute gone in the second half. And it's 8 points for Tipperary, 1-12 for Galway. So the first score for the defending champions. Short puck out by Kieran Dolan's Andy Cohn. Andy Cohen sends it down towards the right. Down in the direction of Niall Callan. Niall Callan moving down the field, trying to get away from Shane McGrath. Good work by Shane McGrath there to stop the Galway forward in his tracks. Support came. George Hanley. Ball goes out over the line. Tipperary will restart through Derek Horan. As he's club hurling with Shannon Rovers. You can see there, you heard the numbers mentioned, 47 Galway players, 37 Tipperary players. Plenty of Galway substitutes on the line, and many of those will see action in the field of play. Derek Horan. Tipperary want to get another score, get it down to 6 at least. This is Tommy Connors. Good block by Galway in that occasion. Great defended by Kevin Hines. Kevin Hines sends it down towards the right. One there again by Derek Horan. Derek Horan sends it in towards the danger area. Larry Corbett couldn't get his hands on the ball. It goes out wide. First official wide in the second half. Galway 8 wides in the first half. Tipperary 3. Number 20 for Galway is Tony O'Gregan, another man who's graced Croke Park on All-Ireland Senior Hurling Final Day. Brian Hartis down towards Niall Healy, the goal scorer. Couldn't keep it in play. Tipperary will restart the action, just a 1 score in the half so far. Shane McGrath managed to get through there, a bit of space, had the legs to keep going, gives the pass off. Tipperary have a chance for the second score of the half. It's gone over the bar. 3.5 minutes, and it's back to a 6-point ball game. Tipperary 9 points, Galway 112. Shane McGrath doing the work there to set up the score, and it was Tommy Connors that put the ball over the bar. Always the first target, get it within 6. Tipperary very much back of the match. Number 27 for them is Stephen Lillis. Tommy Collins. Into no man's land, and Galway will happily take this. But the ball is not sufficiently cleared. Derek Horan with the interception. Ronan O'Brien. This is good by Tipperary as they look for another score. Owen Kelly. Like the old days, Larry Corbett. And Larry Corbett puts the ball over the bar. And 3 for Tipperary, and they're up to 10 points. Tipperary 10 points, Galway 112. Galway are making a change. And David Donoghue from Clarenbridge comes on for them, wearing number 21. The 21 for Tipperary is Derek Horan. And a foul committed there, it'll be a free out. Good work there by Fergal Moore to hold his position. Fergal Moore did beat Tipperary, was on a winning Galway team against Tipperary in the All-Ireland Minor Hurling Final back in 1999. The free is taken. Galway just want to get their first score in the second half, get themselves back in the contest, but Tipperary are enjoying their best spell of the match so far. Graham Gorey, number 24, is in a solid game in defence, but this is Fergal Moore. Down the field. Tipperary winners again. Stephen Lillis, 27. Making a bit of hard work at getting this ball out the field. They are. Galway applying the pressure. And a good turnover. George Hanley, 23, involved there. Ari Quirk comes back to help out Tipperary. Gives it to Ronan O'Brien. Ronan O'Brien, dangerous ball down the field. Just wouldn't come for Owen Kelly in that occasion. Fergal Moore kicks it across to Brian Hartnett. Kevin Hines. You heard there, Galway supporters not happy about that because Graham Gorey took possession for Tipperary. And now it's Carl Gleeson. We'll send the long ball down, will stay in play. Not to be for them. 5th wide of the game for Tip. 6 minutes gone in the second half. Michael Weeks Perpetual Cup, the prize for the winners. 5 points between them. Tipperary with 3 scores. If you just come back to us here in the Gaelic Masters Association YouTube page, Galway 112, Tipperary 10 points. Kieran Dolan, the Galway goalkeeper. Pushes off the ball. George Hanley trying to get it, but Ari Quirk again putting the work in. Brian Hartnett sends it across to Niall Callanan. Niall Callanan moving forward. This is good by him. He just lost his balance. Gives it back to Ger Farrer. Ger Farrer will go for a score here. Is that going to go across the goal? It has. I think there was a foul committed beforehand. So Éanna Ryan coming back on the field to play. And George Hanley picked up a knock. So a few walking wounded. Blow there for Galway. They've already had a couple of injuries in the game, as you heard Ben Mangan mention earlier on. Fergal Healy and Joe Gantley. Ger Farrer takes the free tail to the left. So that's the wide that originally didn't come. David Young will be back on for Tipperary shortly. So after Tipperary's bright start there, just the rain starting to come down here. Galway trying to get themselves organised. Tony O'Regan. Far side of the field. Declan McAvoy took the challenge, wins the free. And the referee, I think, is going to allow David Young from Tubafara to come back into the action. The club, Munster Club Championship with his in 2004 and 2006, Ari Quirk will get a breather. Imagine we'll see him again before the finish. Number 18 for Galway is David McDonough. David McDonough trying to find Ger Farrer in that occasion, not to be. Advantage given. Galway have won the free in. And now this will be their chance to get their first score of the second half. Ger Farrer will be the man to take it. A joint top scorer. 3-1 on the occasion by David Donoghue. Ger Farrer, this will give his team a lift if it goes over the bar. Takes the free. I think they'll, no, they do not. Or do they like it? They do like it. It has gone over the bar. The umpire just got himself in two minds for a moment. Ger Farrer does get the score. And it's 113 to Galway, 10 points to Tipperary. So the quick puck out. Referee wasn't ready for it. Bit of shooting practice there for David McDonough, the Galway number 18. Long drive down the field. Bit of pressure here being applied by Tipperary. Pat Short nearly worked his way in. Kevin Hines trying to get it away, but he's giving the ball away. Pat Short looking for support. And Tipperary making mistakes at the wrong time. Carl Gleeson. That's going to be a Galway ball. Galway will restart the far side of the field. Short puck out back to defence. Tony O'Regan, that's a good clever pass to pick up Niall Healy. Niall Healy sends it down towards the corner, the bounce of the ball just getting away from David McDonough. Graham Gorey will win this race and he's won the free. 6 between them. All to play for in this game. And Owen Breslan, the Tipperary goalkeeper. Good ball, the referee getting out of the way. Tommy Connors. Ball's back there with David Young. David Young there surrounded. Fergal Moore made it difficult for him. The Tipperary number 12 hold on to the ball, give it back to Derek Horan. Good skill by Derek Horan to sell the dummy. The pass eventually to Tommy Collins. And it's gone to the right and wide. It's an effort Tipperary really going to double the score out of. Still 20 minutes of hurling to be played here. Galway have seen their 8-point lead reduced to 6. Kieran Dolan gets us going again. Ger Farrer. Go passing towards the attack. Chance to help us score, but David McDonough gets blocked down. And Graham Gorey certainly starting to stand out now for a couple of important interceptions the last couple of minutes. Derek Horan. Galway's defence reading them well. Tony O'Gregan. Very busy since he came on. Kevin Hines. Galway looking for another score, just trying to get the passes right. See, sometimes the mind is doing things that the legs can't quite do. Both teams blessed with many legends of the game, both county and club. Owen Breslan launches the ball down the field. Now what can Tipperary do with this? Tony O'Gregan has won the ball again. Trying to clear it away, but hasn't got it away. Number 20 is Ronan O'Brien. He's got one already in the game. He's got a second. Puts it over the bar. And Tipperary are back to 5 again. It's Tipperary 11 points, Galway 113. Keeping themselves within range. Niall Curran for Tipperary. And maybe Finney and Coon for Galway will be back in the field of play very shortly. They're certainly standing on the line, helmets on. Galway just trying to do what they did in the first half and hit Tipperary. They got scores. Brian Hartnett's worked hard in this game. Moves up the field. Tried to pick out Aidan Ryan, who's got 3 points in play. But Tipperary's defenders win the race. Stephen Lillis will be the man to clear it. Brian Hartnett did play for Galway against Tipperary and came in Boston. Andy Cohn just misses the touch. This will probably go along the ground. Above ground hurling being shown today at the Masters, showing that art is alive and well. Niall Callanan. Legs go from David McDonough and Graham Gorey. Long drive down the field, but that's not going to help anybody. And Tipperary are building up the wides. Few changes for Galway. Tom Tierney, Kilney Militrum will be coming on the field to play. Niall Curran is back on for Tipperary. Finian Coon is coming on as well. So 2 changes for Galway. Tommy Connors going off again for Tipperary. Tom Tierney's not coming on yet, I don't think, for Galway. Finian Coon has returned and he comes on for David McDonough. We'll keep you updated, everything on the line as well as in the field of play. Declan McAvoy, good block again by Tipperary, good block again by Graham Gorey. He certainly do when he can to keep Tipperary in this match. Yeah, just confirmation there that George Hanley's injury was a hamstring. Ger Farher to take a sideline cut out on the right, coming near the end of the third quarter. Are we bringing it in for free? We are. So Ger Farher doesn't have to worry about the sideline cut because Galway are going to get a free in front of the post. So Ger Farher, 15 minutes gone in the second half. Once it was brought in, it was always going to be bread and butter over the bar for him. And it's 114 to Galway, 11 points to Tipperary. More changes taking place. Matthew Stapleton back in the field to play for Tipperary. So a bit stop-start in favour of Galway. 6 points in front. Breslan restarts the action. Long drive from the Tipperary goalkeeper. Got their opening 2 scores of the game. Tony O'Gregan with the ball. Fergal Moore wins the free. And the Tipperary player, the hands to the head. He might be in trouble here. Acknowledging the collision. Referee was quick to blow the whistle. The yellow card for Owen Kelly. The rain starting to pick up here in Kenny Park and Athenry. There's another player on the ground inside. So a lot of little things happening at the moment to just suck the momentum out of the contest. But that should set us up for a cracking finish. It's hard to see from our vantage point exactly who's on the ground. You can see there on your screen. Galway lead Tipperary by 114 to 11 points. Niall Healy with the Galway goal after 19 minutes. So the referee, Jarlath Donnellan from Clare, checking with his umpires. And again, you can see all the support there, and the supporters here in front of us in the commentary box. They're happy with their vantage point. I can tell you that it's David Young who's the man on the ground for Tipperary. Former Tipperary and Kildare senior hurler, hopefully he's okay. The referee is called over Andy Cohn. Now, it'll be interesting to see what this is, because we didn't see the incident. We just saw the player on the ground. And it's a red card, is it? And Galway are down to 14 men. A red card for Galway defender Andy Cohn. And that will give Tipperary a lifeline. Whatever happened off the ball there. So Galway will finish this game with 14 men for the final 12 minutes, plus whatever is added on. And a blow. And Tipperary making a change there as well. Number 31, Owen Short, is coming on for them. David Young will still be receiving some attention. Brian Hartnett. Declan McAvoy. Tipperary win possession. Carl Gleeson was the number 5. Feeds it down towards Niall Kern, and Niall Kern is into those danger area, but Tipperary, these balls just keep getting away from them. Tipperary chasing the game. They've only scored 4 points in the second half. Now, admittedly, the wind is still going, but with the rain, it makes it more difficult. There's over 10 minutes to go. And if ever Tipperary had a lifeline, it's now, but can they make it count? Dangerous ball seen by Kevin Hines. Home Brisland will take it back for Tipperary. Tony O'Regan again reading it well there now, but I work out for Matthew Stapleton. Matthew Stapleton up against Michael Broderick. Tipperary bring it up towards the 45-metre line. Ger Farrer. Ronan O'Brien for Tipperary. Declan Fanning pushing up the field, knows his team need a kick, but it breaks away. Niall Healy turns right, turns left, and we have a free inside. I think something was said to the referee, and Tipperary, now the discipline just getting against them. He's going to have a word with Ronan O'Brien. So what will happen here now? It's a yellow card. So Galway are going to have a free anyway. It's going to be Niall Healy to take it. I'm not too sure if Jarlath went off there, or is he just playing more? You know, Jarlath is back in defence now. Mopping it up here. So Niall Healy is going to take the free. He's taken many frees over his career, and he puts this over the bar. So a ball brought in. Tipperary didn't need to concede. Has now put Galway 7 points in front. 115 to 11 points. That could be a big score for Galway if they are going to win a first All-Ireland Masters hurling title in 20 years. Derek Horan sends the ball down towards the attack. Tipperary needs to get scores quickly. Tony O'Gregan, dominant in the second half, has won the free out. And Jarlath will come back to take this. He'll take his time with this as well. 7 minutes to go. Down the right, down towards Niall Callanan. Niall Callanan down in the direction of Finney and Coon. Declan Fanning does the job for Tipperary, gives it back to the goalkeeper, Owen Bresnan. Owen Bresnan, long ball down the field. Into Jarlath's hands. Jarlath out towards the left. Galway just want to maintain this advantage, 1 or 2 more scores. And surely the job is done. This might be one of them here for Galway. Shot in the post, not to be, into the hands of the goalkeeper from Tumafara. And Owen Bresnan. Derek Horan. Derek Horan finds a teammate. Tipperary just needs to work the final ball in right. This might be right because this is David Young. David Young takes the ball, goes with a shot. Trying to get the bounce, and it's blocked by Kieran Dolan. And it's a free out. And the frustration for Tipperary is starting to kick in. Galway have a couple of players getting ready to come on. David McDonough has been on already. Into Collins. He'll also enter the field of play. And Tipperary are just not getting the score. They haven't scored in nearly 12 minutes. They have the extra man. They have the wind. 6 minutes of normal time remaining. Galway 115. Tipperary 11 points. Long drive down. And it's taken on that occasion by Graham Gorey. Out over the line. Referee, is that play continue on? Carl Gleeson. Tipperary could do just get the point for the moment. Oh, the ball bounced over the goalkeeper. And it's gone out for a 65. Not the first time in this game we've seen a long ball like that nearly deceive a goalkeeper. Each time they kept their composure and knocked it away. A break like that could change everything. Into Collins is about to come on the field of play for Galway. Pat Short for Tipperary on the 65-metre line. Getting ready to take this free. The 65. To get it back down to a 2-score game. To give Tipperary hope that they can retain their title. Pat Short went to free. They're all looking to the left of the post, but he's gone over the bar. He's gotten the 65. And Tipperary up to 12 points. And the Collins is on for Galway. Tom Tierney's coming off. Galway still lead by 6. Long ball up the field there. Breaks kindly for the substitute. Just came on there into Collins. Tipperary with the interception. Stephen Lillis. They're going to need a goal sometime, Tipperary. Shea McGrath's hoping to try and set one up. He has won the free. Pat Short. Will this one drop into the house or will he try and take the score? Misty rain here in Kenny Park in Athenry. We hope you're enjoying the game wherever you are in the world. If you're a Galway supporter, you'll be very happy. It's looking good, but Tipperary not gone yet. Pat Short takes the free. He's going to go for the score. Puts the ball over the bar. It's another point back for Tipperary. There's still time. 13 points for Tipperary, 115 for Galway. Kieran Dolan trying to pick out a teammate, looking for Niall Callanan. Niall Callanan didn't get the ball the first time of asking. 2 Tipperary players are there. And the Galways hit the forward of the wherewithal to knock it out over the line. Short one taken by Tipperary. David Young. They need it. It's gotten over the bar. That's 3-0 over Tipperary. And all of a sudden they're getting themselves back in this. 14 points to Tipperary, 115 to Galway. The same score as the 1988 All-Ireland hurling final between the same 2 counties. Nobody playing here today, I think, was involved that day. Brian Hartnett, Ger Farrer. Ger Farrer will go for the posts. It's looking good from our angle. Is it good for him, the umpires? No, it's not. Tailed out to the right. 4 between them, Tipperary. Is there a late flourish from the Premier County? Matthew Stapleton. Far side of the field. It's going to go out. It's going to be a Galway ball. Just over 2 minutes of normal time remaining. We have had a few stops. Galway are joint managed by Liam Donoghue and Conor Dervin. Conor Dervin has also represented Galway. His sister Sarah, a 2-time All-Ireland winning captain in Camogie. Ger Farrer to take this. Far side of the field, attacking the goal to the right. Gets a contact on it, but it won't find a teammate. It'll find Stephen Lillis, number 27 for Tipperary, on the 45-metre line. Send it down towards the attack. Tipperary looking for one ball. There was a foul. Sometimes they called them professional fouls. Owen Kelly impeded. And you'd imagine Pat Short will pump this over the bar and bring it back to a goal. There, Corbett trying to tell everybody. Tipperary are making a change. John Hassett back on the field to play for them. 1 minute of normal time remaining. Pat Short with the free. It's gone over the bar, and unbelievably Tipperary are back to a 3-point ball game. 15 points to Tipperary, 115 to Galway. As Owen Short comes back in the field to play for them as well. He's replacing Ronan O'Brien. It's all really down to a Tipperary goal at this stage now. Can they get the goal, or can Galway get the 1 or 2 scores that will secure them a first All-Ireland Masters hurling title in 20 years? Kieran Dolan, long ball down the field. Who's going to win this? A foul committed, says the referee. 2 players collided, and Tipperary will get their free. Graham Gorey has been really impressive for Tipperary in the second half. Bit of concern here for Declan McAvoy for Galway. Ducks, they call him. He was the captain's MVP last year after their Challenge Cup victory. Played an All-Ireland Intermediate final against Wexford in 2005. Looks like he's going to be leaving this game. The signal has been given to make the change. So David McDonough is returning to the action for the maroon and white of Galway. So a blow for Galway, still playing with 14 men. Pat Short. Now there might be enough time for 3 points. There has been a few stops in the second half, but you would feel this is going to drop down towards the square. Pat Short for Tipperary. He's dropped it down near the square to the touch. And his touchdown has gone wide. And Tipperary's goal scoring chance, as that is. Are Galway about to be crowned the All-Ireland Masters hurling champions? We might get it in a couple of minutes. Kieran Dolan. take this. Long drive down towards the field. Batted down on that occasion by Niall Kern. Referee saw tugging. And it's going to be a free out for Galway. And Tipperary just can't catch the brakes here. And Ger Farragher gets the towel because he knows if this goes over the bar, that should be game, set and match for Galway. Well within his range. 2 minutes of injury time have been played. Galway, champions in 2005 and 2006. Challenge Cup winners in 2024 and 2025. He doesn't go for the shot. Sends it down looking for a teammate. Looking for David Donoghue, wearing number 21. Tipperary desperately trying to get their hands on the ball. Galway supporters there, Finney and Coon, trying to stop Tipperary clearing this. Declan Fanning wins the ball for Tip. Carl Gleeson in towards the middle. Tipperary won the free. Last chance for Tipperary to save this. Pat Short to send it in towards the attack. They're calling up the goalkeeper, Owen Breslan. We have played nearly 3 minutes of injury time in the All-Ireland Masters hurling final. And Tipperary have a free to try and save this. But it's gone over the bar. Is there time? Third for the Tipperary goalkeeper today. They scored 5 in a row. The referee is telling Galway to get on with it. Galway 115, Tipperary 16 points. Short puck out the far side of the field. Kevin Hines, solid for Galway throughout the game. Brian Hartnett has covered lots of ground. The Galway supporters sense this. The Tipperary know one chance and they could nick it and do the 3 in a row. Ger Farragher inside the 65-metre line, just holding on to possession. That's worked itself out nicely. It's worked itself for David Donoghue. David Donoghue with the shot, and David Donoghue puts the ball over the bar. The Galway faithful are celebrating. They think that's the ball that's going to win them the All-Ireland, but it's still a 3-point ball game. It's not over yet. Declan Fanning, he's won the free. The full-back has worked hard. The captain has led by example for Tipperary. The goalkeeper comes up again. This time Tipperary can't take any chances. This time they have to go for the score. The score being a green flag. The goalkeeper drops it down again. Players are coming in for touches. The goalie got a touch. A Tipperary player missed the ball. The danger has not been averted. Tipperary have the hands out there. They're looking for a free. And I think they've gotten the free. So it's a free in for Tipperary. 4.5 minutes of injury time has been played. We might have another hold up. Galway player on the ground looks like Paul Plower, their full back. He's back on his feet. Well, what drama we're getting at the end of this Michael Weeks Perpetual Cup final. Pat Short to take the free. Will he drill the slow? No, it's Owen Breslan again, the goalkeeper coming up. They nearly got something from the last opportunity. Is there a goal here? The referee has given a Galway official and the Tipperary manager yellow cards. It was Tony Raftery for Galway and Gerald Redser O'Grady for Tipperary. This ball is going to go low. This ball is going to be aimed at the goal. 65 minutes plus. The referee telling him to push it out. Although there's more Tipperary players on it. No, the referee's happy with the Tipperary goalkeeper. Drama, what way to finish the season here. The All-Ireland Masters hurling final. Tipperary trying to save the 3 in a row. Galway looking for a first in 20 years. O'Brien with the shot, he sliced it, it's gone wide. It's gone to the left and wide, and it's all over. And Galway are the All-Ireland Masters hurling champions for 2026 and champions for the first time in 20 years. The goal from Niall Healy in the first half has been the difference between the teams, but Tipperary got themselves back into this contest in the second half after trailing by 8 points. They got 3 scores, got themselves down to 6, eventually reduced the deficit to 2 points with with 5 scores in a row. Pat Short getting 3 of those. Owen Breslin, the goalkeeper, getting 3 in total. But Galway held firm. Ger Farrer setting up a score for David Donoghue. And Galway have won this game by 116 to 16 points. And we'll have a new name on the Michael Weeks Perpetual Cup and very, very shortly. Sean Horgan is out in the field of play there. We'll get him in a moment. He might have some reaction, but Galway will celebrate here. And what a result it has been for themselves. Tipperary shake hands with their opponents. Galway in defeat. They left everything out there. No doubt they won't be going away. And they will battle to try and regain their title again in the future. But Galway have done the business here today in front of their home faithful in Kenny Park in Athenry. I can see their joint manager Conor Dervin out in the field of play. He's smiling at the moment, very, very happy with the victory for Galway. 6 days after their senior hurlers were beaten in the All-Ireland final in Croke Park, it's Galway that have won, beaten Tipperary and dethroned them to win the All-Ireland Masters Hurling Championship. Rival players, they hug, they embrace, they battle on the field of play, but in the end, it was Galway that did enough damage in the first half. They finished this game with 14 men, but Tipperary couldn't get back level. The presentation will take place out in the middle of the park in a couple of moments. John Pat Sheridan is there. As soon as we get a signal, we'll get up pitch side and we'll get reaction to this. We'll wrap up the scores for you before we finish our broadcast here. And again, it's taking a couple of minutes time. Just to give you the tail of the tape in case you weren't with us at the start of the game. Galway get the opening 2 scores of the match. Kevin Hines and Ger Farrer. For Owen Breslin, the Tipperary goalkeeper, got their opener. It was 4 points to 2 in 7 minutes, but then 4 scores in a row for Galway. Tecton McAvoy, Fergal Healy, and Niall Callanan and Ger Farrer all on target, made it 8 points to 2. Tipperary kept coming back. They kept getting scores. Pat Short with a freeze as well. John Hassett doing well. Lar Corbett got off the mark, but Niall Healy's goal in 19 minutes, just after he came on the field of play, gave Galway a lead. They never surrendered. Dana Ryan got 3 points for playing the game. It was 112 to 7 points at half time. But Tipperary came back with 4 of the first 5 scores of the second half, reducing the rears to 113 to 11 points, but they could never get any closer. 5 in a row from Tipperary gave us a grandstand finish. It was 115 to 16 points. They desperately chased the goal, but it was Ger Farrer set up David Donoghue for the final score for Galway. Tipperary had 2 more chances. They didn't manage to get them, and Galway are the All-Ireland Masters Hurling Champions for 2026. And you can see out there, again, families, friends, supporters from both teams getting together there. Passing on the congratulations. We can hear there in the background, we're just waiting for the signal to go join our crew up pitch side for the presentation.
Brendan, I'm just going to...
So we'll have all that in just a moment. We're just seeing, have we seen Sean there? As soon as we hear, we should get confirmation from Sean. He's out in the middle of the field of play there somewhere, so we'll have that in a couple of moments. So what a successful year it's been for the All-Ireland Masters Hurling Series. More teams involved, 8 teams in total, 5 rounds of action, and give us 2 victories. Of course, earlier on, Cork beating Limerick by 20 points to 112 in the Challenge Cup final, their first ever All-Ireland Masters title success. And here in Kenny Park in Athenry, Galway are the All-Ireland Masters Hurling Champions. They have won Mike Weeks Perpetual Cup by beating Tipperary by 3 points. The presentation will take place out in the field of play. It's not quite as straightforward as earlier on. The wind has really picked up. You can see the brollies are out here in Athenry as well. And again, many debating what they've just witnessed here. Everybody get down the field of play to congratulate their heroes or commiserate with those, but like again with Tipperary, setting the bar for Masters Hurling, seeing legends from the past, the Lar Corbett's, Owen Kelly's, Shane McGrath's, out in the field of play, but they just couldn't get the scores. Galway had some noteworthy performance throughout the field. Ger Farrer getting big scores in the first half, setting up some in the second.
Here with Ben again, Chairman and Selector, Galway Masters. Savage victory, Ben.
What can we say? Speechless. It's fabulous. It's 3 years. 3 years of hard work. Do you know, these boys, Tipperary, they've been a benchmark now for the last 2 years, and they were savage again today. The players that they put out, but we knew we had something this year. We knew we had a fight in us, and Jesus, it came down to a fight in the end. Like some of the saves, some of the blocks, the tackles, the boys never gave up. It was fabulous.
It's been a roller coaster 3 years, 3 trophies.
3 years, 3 trophies. We finally have the big one, as they've been slagging us about. But do you know what? It's a team sport. There's 47 men togged there. There's 5 of us on the line. It's just fabulous for Galway. You know?
Deserved winners today, I think, overall.
I think so. I think the season we put in, we probably left it behind us in the first game against Tipperary out in Clymer Daly. We felt we did. Much different Tipperary team today, much different Galway team today. But just delighted to get it across the line. I mean, Galway hurling is in a great place. It was in a great place, obviously, 20 years ago. So we're pulling it on again.
Okay, listen, Ben, congratulations. Enjoy celebrations.
Appreciate it.
Back to you there, Darren.
Thank you very much, Sean. Ben Mangan has put so much into Galway Masters hurling as a manager and as a chairperson as well. And you can tell from his voice there how delighted he is that Galway are crowned champions. Again, everybody out in the middle of the field, the presentation committee are getting themselves set up as well, and we'll be going to that in just a couple of moments. And again, if you've anybody watching at home or wherever in the world you are watching and interested in getting involved in Masters hurling or football, and you heard John Pat Sheridan mention earlier on about potentially of an over 50s competition coming in down the line in football in particular at the start. The call there for the presentation area, so we'll have that very, very shortly here as well. Galway picked up a few injuries in the game there too, but they had the squad to back themselves up. 84 players were togged out between the two teams here today. Massive numbers, massive people wanting to get back and represent their county, whether they did it in the past or not. So we'll be going over again now in just a moment. Let's do that.
Hi, Michael.
What? How's the...
I'm here with Michael Weeks, who the cup is named after. Michael is from Limerick.
Yes, yeah.
You're live here, so what do you think of today's game, Michael?
An outstanding game. It's been brilliant. So it's pity one man was put off. You know, I'm doing the Masters for a long time now, but years. I think the first time a man got the sideline, you know.
Did you enjoy the hurling today?
Absolutely. It's a great game, you know, a great game. Delighted and a great venue. Everything went off great, you know.
And it's great to have the trophy named after you?
Well, it is, yeah, because I started the Masters in Limerick, and I won 2 Irelands as manager, and unfortunately the GA turned their back on the Masters, and they should be promoting over 40s. You know.
Yeah, but Masters hurling is back on the road again. This is the 3rd year, so it's great to see.
It's great to see, you know. It's great and marvellous. I must compliment the Gaelic Masters Committee and John Pat Sheridan, John Sean Pat, and I would like him to wish him the best of luck. I'll be out tomorrow, but I think that the game is showing the commitment of the players. You know, it's unbelievable.
That's grand, Michael. Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks
you
again. Take care.
Thank you.
Can I get both teams to the presentation area, please?
So again there, that's Sean Horgan talking to Michael Weeks there, who the cup is named after. And we're having our customary picture with both teams getting in for the photograph. This is normally the last thing that happens before they go up for the presentation, and as soon as the presentation is ready to happen, we'll be over for that as well. Galway beating Tipperary, but again, it's great to see the rival counties. There were some hard hits over the course of that game. You would have seen them too, and of course, when you look at the players there as well, let's look at the Tipperary defenders. Declan Fanning, Graham Gorey as well, worked very, very hard over the course of the contest. Pat Short nailed the freeze that needed to keep them in touch as well, but Galway's defenders probably just crowded the supply line for the Tipperary attack when needed. Just running through the scores very, very quickly while we have a moment while the picture is taking place. Pat Short for Tipperary, their top scorer with 5 points. Owen Breslin, their goalkeeper, next with 3. Lara Corbett got 2 scores. Also on target twice was John Hassett and number 20 Ronan O'Brien. And then there was other further scores for Tommy Connors and David Young in the game. Ger Farrar got 6 points for Galway. Niall Healy got 1-2. Éanna O'Ryan with 3 points from play. Other scores included Kevin Hines, Declan McAvoy, Fergal Healy, Niall Callanan and David Donoghue with the score at the end. So that's the spread of scores for Galway and for Tipperary. And you can hear in the background there, they're calling for the presentation, the picture taking place first, which will go, and plenty of memorabilia in both Galway and Tipperary. And you don't often see a sight like that, as you can see in your screen there. Supporters, young supporters, masters, children, parents, and all in together there. It's all about sport at the end of the day. As Mike Weeks confirmed there, probably the first time we've had somebody sent off in a cup final. As it won't matter now, Galway are the All-Ireland Masters Hurling Champions for 2026. And I think everybody's getting themselves ready there now to head down towards the presentation. And we'll hand back over to the presentation party just as soon as they all work themselves up into position. With John Pat Sheridan, Sean Horgan and all the Gaelic Masters Association crew. Of course, Michelle Scanlon, we haven't mentioned her as well in the work that she does as chairperson. She was in sorting out programs earlier on in this game. It's always one of the funny things, people are very slow for the presentations. They want to do the pictures first before receiving the trophy. But we are going to have the presentation here now very, very shortly. We can see the Galway captain, Fergal Healy. So we'll sign off here in the commentary box. Again, thanks to Brendan and Adrian, John and myself, Darren Kelly here in the commentary box. We were delighted to present you the action of the 2 games that took place here today. Cork, the winners of the Challenge Cup, 20 points to 112 against Limerick earlier on. And Galway have beaten Tipperary 116 to 16 points to be crowned All-Ireland Masters Hurling Champions. And with that being said, let's head back down pitch side now to Sean Horgan and to the Gaelic Masters Association presentation crew and the presentation to the winning team.
That sign down the side again, so let's move this around.
Ready to go. Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the Gaelic Masters, I'd like to thank everybody for turning up to watch our 2 finals today. I'd like to thank Galway County Board for allowing us to use the fabulous facilities here in Kenny Park. I'd like to compliment both teams, Galway and Tipperary, on an outstanding game of Masters hurling in the final. I'd like to thank Jarlath, the referee, and his officials on an outstanding game today. We now have the chairperson of the Gaelic Masters Association, Michelle Scanlon, to present the player of the game to Jar Farragher. Can I get Jar, please? I'd now like to call on our chairman, Mr. John Pat Sheridan, to say a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I'd like for you to put your hands together for a marvellous performance from 2 supporting teams. Thank you very much. We're lucky that I have one man here beside me, Michael Weeks. The cup and the competition is named after Michael Weeks, and he's a proud and true Limerick man from Bruff who supported Masters hurling over the long number of years ago. He was heavily involved in the Masters. Michael was when it was under the auspices of the GAA. So it's great and fitting to have Michael here to present the trophy today to the winning captain. I'd also like to thank the Galway County Board for the use of their great facilities here in Athenry. Marvellous surface, I think, which showcased a marvellous game of hurling between Tipperary and Galway. I'd like to commiserate with Tipperary, who are going for 3 in a row, and also Rizzo for all the work he has put in the Tipperary team in the back room. So thank you very much. this is our third year, and this is our third year promoting Masters, and it's getting bigger and better all the time. We have more teams coming next year, and hopefully it'll get from strength to strength, just like the football, where we have 26 counties competing. So one day, hopefully, we'll have 26 hurling counties, if that's possible. So I go further ado, just like to compliment and congratulate Galway on winning their first title in 20 years. And believe it or not, the captain 20 years ago, when it was ran under the GAA, was one Jerry McInerney. He was the last captain that captained Galway to an All-Ireland Masters title. So here we are today in Athenry celebrating an All-Ireland Masters win for Galway. So thank you very much, Galway.
I'd like to call on Michael Weeks to present the trophy to the winning captain, Fergal Healy of Galway.
I'd just like to say to congratulate both teams on a fantastic game today. It's outstanding that the Masters has come to a pitch that has players, I say 45 players on one team panel, and you know, the interest in the GA and in the Masters is marvellous, and but they better never forget it. But I would like to say, present this cup to who?
Fergal Healy.
Fergal Healy. But the last name cup, his name is not here, but I gave it to him last year. Was Shane McGrath of Tipperary. He was playing today at the number 8, and I would like to see the name of the So, thanks. Congratulations again.
Thanks very much, Michael. Look, it's an honour to be able to accept that trophy on behalf of the lads we have. We've, I think, 49, 50 lads there on a squad all year, and it's I suppose it's fantastic that there is an opportunity for us to come out and play together and wear a maroon jersey and win something. So look, thanks very much for that. Like, much appreciated. Just a few people to thank there, I suppose. Look, thanks to Tipperary. You came up earlier on in the year as well, and we had a good game with you over in Kiltulla. Like, so, look, I suppose they're the standard bearers for the last few years, and you were the team we were trying to get one over on. So, lads, great game there today, lads, and fair play to you. Hopefully you'll stick around for a while this evening. Thanks, lads. Just, I suppose, our own management and backroom, lads, again, apologies if I forget anyone. I definitely had nothing prepared for this. So I see Ben there in front of me. I suppose none of us would be here only for Ben Mangan. Got this going a couple of years ago. And in fairness to Ben, I think this is as much for him as it is for everyone else. So Ben has been involved. He's got 3 cups in 3 years, and I think this is the one he was kind of aiming for the whole time. So it's great to be able to bring that back to you today. So thanks to me and Ben for getting this up and running. Also, we have a fairly big back room there. We've Conor Dervin there, who done most of the training all year. Kept everything fairly steady, didn't kill us at any time, and kept us getting from one session to the other session. With James Regan, unfortunately, James got a bad injury against Tip over in Kiltulla the first day, and in fairness to him, he's fitted into the management very well since. So thanks to you, James, as well. I suppose 2 newer lads that we got to know was Michael Earls and Tony Raftery, guys, and I suppose you bring something different, plenty of experience, great lads to have around the place. We're at every session, and always had a nice quiet word and a bit of advice to give you the whole time. So lads, thanks to me and for you as well. I suppose the main man for the year. He kind of took over the mantle from Ben, and really, I suppose, brought it on to another level as such. And got a few of us back playing and a few more lads back playing, and really drove it all year. And I suppose delighted for you, Liam Donoghue, for getting us over the line today. And fair play to you, Liam. Thanks a million. I think that's it, lads. Look at lads. Let's enjoy the evening, lads, and well done to everyone and everyone, the 49 panel that came and were part of this all year and gave up your time and got to the sessions there in Crowell the whole time and travelled to the few games. It's been a really enjoyable campaign, lads, and it's great to come out the right side of it. So we'll have a good evening this evening anyway, lads, and enjoy the weekend. Okay, thanks, lads.
Can we get a team photo for Galway there, please? Nice to get Virgo. Well done. Well done. Drop the ball anyway. All right, sure, thanks. Sorry, thanks. Yeah, they're gone.
They haven't gone yet, he was waiting.
Yeah, I'd be heading away.
All right, come on. Well done, sir.
Go to the pub,